Recording. Okay. Adam, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Sandy. Hello, everybody, and thank you for having me. It's a crazy time in the business, as everybody knows, but fortunately, where I know what the outlook for some of the students may have been 6 months ago is probably dramatically different today. The good news is, at least for us, we've somewhat stabilized at ERAU Wisconsin, and we are looking to add some young, enthusiastic students, potentially from Embry-Riddle. Historically, I've hired a couple of students in a previous company directly from Embry-Riddle who were their first job out of college, straight from Embry-Riddle, was working with my team. One of the guys is now the VP of maintenance at Qatar Airlines, and another woman who I hired, both Embry-Riddle alumni. She's now the director of operations at Allegiant. And so I'm looking for someone who's young and wants to learn and is enthusiastic. We've all had our first job out of college, and this is an entry-level position. And so someone from 0 to 3 or 4 years of experience is right what we're looking for. But we've had some success hiring from your university, and so open. I really wanted to make sure and reach out and see if there was any potential interest or any fits that might be a good fit for us. I have a couple slides prepared. One is going to be just kind of a little bit about ERAU Wisconsin. 2 is going to be about the position. And then the third one is something I read actually this week, which I think is just phenomenal and interesting for anyone who's young and hungry and wants to kind of join the business. So after that, we'll open it up for any questions you might have. I'm happy to share any experience I have, whether it's a day in the life, the position, what it's like working for an airline, the airlines I've worked for in the past. But any questions you might have, I'll be happy to answer to the best of my ability. So ERAU Wisconsin, we are a regional. We fly 64 CRJ 200s, all for United Express. I'm not sure if people out there are up on their airline codes, but our hubs, we fly predominantly out of Chicago and Dulles, which is ORD and IAD. Our headquarters is in ATW, so I don't know if people know what that city is, but it's Appleton, Wisconsin. The most important bullet on this is that we are a thin, flat organization. So what does that mean? For someone who's coming out of school or someone who is earlier in their career, it means that you're going to get a very large piece of pie. It means we do not have a lot of heads. And so the stuff that people in our group get involved with can run the gamut in any area of the company. It also means that you're most likely going to be in meetings with senior leadership. Some other bigger airlines, it'll take a few years before that happens potentially. But at our organization, where you're going to be interacting with senior people, directors, VPs daily. So it's just a really good learning ground for anyone who's kind of just starting their airline career. And then, you know, one of the big benefits of working for any airline, but our airline as well, is that you get amazing flight benefits, right? We have flight benefits on United, and then we have deals kind of through United with just about every other airline in the world. And so it's a great opportunity to come and work for an airline, but it's also a great opportunity to go see the world. I certainly did when I was just coming out of school. So we are hiring for a financial analyst. Sandy does have the job posting, so the posting should be available at the Career Center at both campuses. And then the job will also be posted, if it's not already, probably by Monday at the latest, if not tomorrow, at ERAU Wisconsin or www.airwis.com.
And I have just actually shared the link to the job posting that's in Handshake in the chat box if you guys want to take a look at that.
Awesome. Cool. So the financial analyst role, what are you going to be doing, right? Right now, yesterday, we kicked off our budget season. So we're working on the budget for 2021 as we speak. What that means is that we will understand our revenue and our expenses. And so how much money we're going to make or not make based on how much flying we're going to do for our partners, how much money we're going to spend, how much we spend on seat checks, pilots, maintenance, capital, you name it. We budget it so we can understand our financial plan for the year. Along with that, every month, we compare what we budgeted to what actually happened. So we do variance analysis, and we report those variances, and we have discussions with the senior leaders. So we understand exactly what every dollar we spent is. There's some aspect of DOT reporting. We do capital planning. There's going to be a lot of analysis. Again, we just work help them think through decisions and make sure there's, potentially some invoicing. What am I looking for, right? Somebody who is quantitative, analytic, right? We spend a lot of time in Excel and the Microsoft Office suite, whether it's Word or PowerPoint, but really someone who is proficient in Excel. Again, you're gonna learn every day. I learn every day. I've been in the business for over 20 years. I got my first job as a director, I think, in 2004. And I still learn every day, and I will learn from you guys. I know that the younger people actually have better skills in certain areas than I have. I'm kind of like an old dog, and I do it the same way, and it works for me, but I'm sure there's newer, better ways to do it. And so I'll be learning from you as well. But in a small company where we don't have as many people, you're going to need to be able to multitask. A natural curiosity I found it to be very important quality for people in finance, because if we find something that doesn't seem to make sense, we want to kind of keep exploring, so we can help the manager who's managing that department make better decisions. Really, that's our job, is to kind of be the watchdog or the conscience of our company. So a willingness to learn and an effective communicator, and someone who's just enthusiastic, right? Again, I said earlier, I understand that a lot of people are coming out of school and everyone needs to get their first job. And so I'm not looking for someone who necessarily has years and years of experience, but I am wanting someone who comes to work every day enthusiastic and wants to learn. And that's really what I'm looking for. And then finally, I saw this the other day, and I just thought that it was pretty cool for people who are young, and it's something to think about. I saw it posted actually on LinkedIn from somebody who'd been in the business for 22 years and is a senior vice president and has really done well for themselves. But I saw this and I went, wow, this is cool. And I've heard some kind of versions of it, but I actually wrote this down. And then when this opportunity came to speak with the students, I just really wanted to add it in, because I think as you guys are starting your careers, this is just some food for thought that I think kind of, if you live by these rules or you think about this, it will really serve you well throughout your career, whatever direction you decide to take it. And so, I'll just, you guys can read, and I don't need to read it to you, but again, if you just work a few extra hours per week, it will make a difference. I always found in my career that I learned significantly more after 5 o'clock than before 5 o'clock, right? And whether you get time with senior managers, whether you can pick the brains of other people, but a lot of my learning took place after 5 o'clock. And it really served me well. Again, stay hungry. Knowledge is power. Ethics is huge, right? If you're going to be in any capacity in the airline industry, it is a very, very small business. You run into people from years and years and years. Your network will serve you well. Ethics are huge. Build the experience, right? Everyone starts from the ground up. The jobs that I did, my first job, and the jobs I do now are different, but having that experience is just very valuable. The confidence, right? Help improve your weak areas. Be nice to people. Again, when I was coming out of school, someone told me people hire people they want to be around for 40 hours a week. And that will serve you well. Again, I'm looking for someone who I want to be around 40 hours a week, and I will teach them the airline and the industry and how to look at things and how to do things. We have a history of grooming people, but just be nice and then be thankful. There's a lot out there that we can be thankful for even in these tough times. So with that, I will open it up if there's any questions about the job, about Appleton, about my experience, about my career path, any questions you may have, please feel free to ask. I know that we will be at the career fair for both campuses, I think on the 30th and the 13th. And so if anyone wants to get dedicated time with me, we can schedule that. I haven't quite scheduled it in Handshake yet, but I'm planning to have a couple hour sessions for people who might be interested in either talking or interview. If it's something you want to put your name in the hat for, you can apply online or you can send your resume to Sandy, and I'll be collecting resumes in the next week or two.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording now.